Owen Umansky, doesn't it?
It does, and Coach Byrne and staff change kind of the equation to figure out who their face-off person is going to be this year, and Umansky has run away with the title. He's taken all but one draw this season so far.
That 51% face-off winning percentage has been a welcome change for the Crimson. After Umansky last year was at about 30%, Jackson Hennahan was the go-to face-off guy a season ago. He won about 40% of his draws. If Harvard, as dynamic as it is offensively, can win about 1 in every 2 draws, boy, head coach Jerry Byrne has to feel good about his team's chances.
I think if they take those numbers on the face-off draw and also ride and clear like they have been in the last, say, 2 weeks and a year.
As it always does, our attention to start things at the Face-Off X, but particularly today with Owen Umansky going up against John Mullen, a preseason second-team All-American, and an early whistle. Well, that's one of the things that Jerry Byrne talked about is, can we get Mullen? Syracuse and defense are never two words that have been synonymous with one another going back in the annals of the program. And we've got...
We're inside a minute and a half, and Harvard's already having, I think this is their third or fourth possession here. They're running out the Long Island midfield yet this season. He started all the games so far. Coach Byrne mentioned him in the preseason conversation. He's going to have a great career.
Back to Mullen and Umansky wins it clean straight away. And he's going to go right to goal, got his stick checked, and McCool picks it out of the sky. You okay with that?
I'm okay with that, but that's the second or third time the Harvard Dodger has been caught from behind. I think they got to play off.
Squad to reach their best ever finish with a silver medal. And he finished it up. You saw the pictures this past summer. Up winning the President's Cup with the Snake Island Muskies at the Senior B Canadian National Championships. He was the MVP of the gold medal game, and everybody said, we have our trust in Joey. And guys, that's a big piece of his offense in the way that he's starting to make more of an impact on the field game this year too.
Yes, thank you. Flags will fly off of the first face-off win for John Mullen today. 50, 60, maybe even 70 seconds so that we don't panic late in shot clock scenarios.
They didn't rush it all there. They just simply found the matchup, gave the ball to their stud, let him go. Very little that Harvard could do there. Spolina's playing with great poise. I know he hasn't found adjustments. I think most of it right now is that Syracuse is the best team in the country because Harvard's getting a lot of opportunities on offense as well. They're just getting trail checked or caught up to. I think as we come out of the end of this first quarter, Harvard's going to tighten up. And the Syracuse offense is also going to take some steps. It's going to be a great game.
This Syracuse team is playing 8 games on the road. They're playing half of the top 20 teams in the country right now. It kind of harkens back to when Cuse was an independent, right? And it was just Georgetown, Hopkins, Virginia, game after game after game. It was a goal.
It's the way it should be. The best should play the best, and they should travel for the sake of the fan and the growth of the game. That's my bet off his ear. Tough to stop.
Back to the face-off, where Drew Angelo goes up against Umansky, and Umansky looks like he's got the number of the second guy for Syracuse, most certainly. The violation to start the quarter is what sent John Mullen. Harvard's taken 10 shots, 6 on goal, 3 have gone in. Gotta feel good about the efficiency the Crimson have demonstrated on offense. And Mullen gonna win a face-off for his side after the whistle.
I'll give you guys a quick Harvard defense.
To the crossbar, but we'll say it again. That's another goal from that senior midfield.
Changing the eye level on the keeper a little bit.
And when you're shooting it at 100 miles an hour, it's tough to stop anyway unless you get hit with it.
Goal scored by number slides. Defense, and that is giving them a boost going down on offense, obviously, but during that into this quarter, that was the main thing that Jerry Byrne was talking about with them. We have to shore up our rotations, we have to know our matchups and the hands that we're getting to.
Jess, thank you. Yeah, it's about matchups that shift, Adam. It's not one guy on one guy.
Number 3, in the first half.
Well, we are just outside Boston. That's like a Rob Gronkowski goal.
That was outstanding. You can see the reaction time, just the athleticism here.
Scored by number 4, Jack Spider.
Nice flick by Mullen to gain possession for the Orange.
Seconds of the second quarter, unassisted. That as well. the Syracuse end with Gary Gate. Said, you know, the offense is just a matter of getting reorganized. We got away from us a little bit, settle down, and we'll be totally fine. On defense, love the physicality, keep the foot on the gas. Face-offs, fellas. Adam, you mentioned being about 50-50. Keep an eye on the wings here. He's confident that his guy, Johnny Mullen's going to get back, win a couple more cleanly. On the wings, they're walling off the Harvard wings, I should say, to let him try to get some open lanes going straight down the middle.
Well, unfortunately, the ball was in and out of his stick. He doesn't even cradle. He just kind of like catches it and redirects the ball behind his back.
Syracuse wins the face-off. Jess Todd, you got Gary Gates' reaction on that?
Gary Gate.
Typically with Wyatt Hoddle, you're worried about what he's going to do with the ball and his speed and being able to beat you.
Calvert Hall native, so much skill and so much speed. He's really tough to defend, but all of these Syracuse players on offense, if you give them room, they're going to put it on cage.
I mean, it at least settles you down if you're Harvard.
Watch the wing play, Joel, just like you said earlier. Let's see what Syracuse is doing with the wings. Looks like there's a pre-whistle violation here. And here come the seniors, Ip, Perry, and Arndt. I'd like to see Andrew Perry get some action here, put him on the high wing. They've been running Ip, who draws the pole out of the middle to force a reaction. We'll see what happens.
Jerry Burns going to let his guys play here, surrendering a lead. Barraco in, wins the faceoff after Umansky had violated. Barraco goes to cage, saved by McCool. Luckily for the Crimson, they keep possession.
Cobry runs out of trouble there, gets it to Malone. We'll see what Harvard does.
Took 7 shots, but was on everyone's radar in the offseason.
He had a great high school career. Coach Byrne mentioned it in the early season conversation. Spent a lot of time in the weight room, really kind of grew up, got real physical, gained some confidence. You can see he's doing a great job. They needed it right there. Harvard now back up by 1.
Good fight by Drew. It was 7 consecutive women's lacrosse championships that Maryland won back in the day. Then Northwestern came along.
And a player, Kelly Amante,
from here,
played at Maryland, started that monster at Northwestern.
Landed in the crease, but it was Billy Dwan that pushed him into it, so that was the question initially. But it is Cobry's 6th goal of the season. And the violation called against Umansky will give Syracuse position. I think we've had more violations at the Faceoff X today than we have had wins. Time the number 1 team lost back-to-back games. Maryland and now Syracuse, if they ultimately falter today.
Parity is all over Division I lacrosse inside that top 10.
Umansky wins clean.
So I think it's interesting, both face-off guys, when you face off, it's almost a right-handed stance. They are both left-handed because each player switches their hair trimmer than a barber.
It's a 2-goal lead for Harvard, trying to knock off the number 1 team in the country for the first time in program history. Face-offs have gone the way of Harvard today. That one will be a Syracuse ball, but the Crimson are 11 of 21 at the X.
Rest of the game come down to really valuing possessions, clearing game, and I think shot selection. Not where you put it on cage, but making sure you're taking the right shots that are available to you. Don't force anything, and be very aware that Syracuse still has the number 1
goal in the ACC championship last year. Somebody that Syracuse is relying on a lot with the departure of Owen Hiltz. Filled in for an injured Finn Thompson last year. Flags do fly. So we're going to man-up opportunity for the Orange, lest they score here. They're all just wearing Harvard hats because that was the giveaway.
Because the Syracuse fans shouldn't have surprised anyone. They were here before the sun came up.
It was all orange before the gates opened. Big win by Mullen. Time becomes a factor now with 7 minutes left to go.
Assisted by number 7, Michael Leo. Time of the goal, 7:30.
Umansky is done. This is his biggest face-off of the day thus far. He's won 13 of 25, and Mullen does violate, so it will be possession for Harvard. In the corner and running by us. That's exactly what just happened.
They're so dynamic in space. If Umansky can get another opportunity here for his teammates, who knows what can happen. But Harvard, that's a big goal.
And Angelo had to take the face-off because Mullen violated the last time. So Umansky wins, now +3 at the face-off X. Jordan goes to cage and scores! A pole goal to tie it at 12.
Wow, Joel. Sean Jordan, full field, goes right down Broadway there. That is a big-time goal. He goes stick side low on McCool. The crowd went crazy. You didn't see it, you can hear it. It's all tied up here. What a game here. These final 4 minutes and 46 seconds are going to be great.
One of them had to go for him. How many defenders for Harvard have taken it in transition today and not come up with a score? And now Mullen back in against Umansky, and he plucks one away from his club teammate, and Syracuse back on offense. Mullen's going to go to cage. Oh, that's a great save by Stevens. Part of Mullen's game we haven't seen.
He's had 3 goals today, I believe.
That's the first career hat trick for the sophomore from Rhode Island. And there are 50 seconds left for the #1 team in the country to remain the #1 team in the country. Clean win by Mullen. Where does Syracuse go here?
They call the timeout.
That is when they go.
Coach March, Coach Gate get together here. They plan something here offensively. But this is some good pressure. I don't know if Syracuse, I know they played Maryland to a very close game last.
Syracuse named the #1 team in the country this week for the 100th time in program history. Earned that by virtue of a win over then #1 Maryland in a matchup of 1 and 2. And what was awesome for college lacrosse Friday night at the Dome. But now Harvard stares down the barrel of what could be their first win against a #1 ranked team after 14 previous tries. Best win in program history to this point against a #2. And had a good run against them.